Hey everybody, welcome back to BigRedEDC. Well, yes indeed, we are going to take a look at some Rough Ryder Reserve knives today. Now, I've actually got two of them. I usually don't do them together normally, but I'm a little behind, I ended up picking these two up at the same time because they were pretty much released about the same time, if I remember correctly. But we're going to talk about the Quill Cliff, the Rough Ryder 021, and we're going to talk about the Dude Whittler. Rough Ryder Reserve 022. Very interesting name, but we're going to chuck that out of there. As you guys know, they all come wrapped in the cleaning cloth, of course, in the metal tube, for sure. But this is the Quill Cliff. Again, single-bladed. Not too bad. Looks like it actually might be off to this side just a little bit. Nothing too terrible. But a little bit. It is. It's not rubbing or anything like that. So a little off center. All right. But black micarta, stainless steel bolsters, brass liners, nickel silver pins, shield. Now, of course, they've gone away from the arrowhead and they've gone to more of the bomb-shaped shield, which was, I mean, either way, I kind of dug the arrowhead, but either way, it's a good-looking shield. It's done very well. Transitions are very nice. Pins are, yeah, very nice. Very, very nice. Done really well. Let's check out that back spring. Yeah, that looks pretty solid. Pretty solid. Now, this guy, the Quill Cliff, what does it run? I forget. I believe it was $45.99 for this one. So, as I said, now, D2 steel, you do have a match strike pull there to open it. We're going to do that. Let's see, what's the pull? Oh, it's a 5.5. It's a good pull. Goes into that half stop pretty well. Let's see. Pops open okay. Let's see the close. Into the half stop really nice. And decent snap shut. Back springs pretty cool. Pretty good. You know, 5, 6. I'm okay with that. Now, look at that. You got a really, really nice looking little Wharncliffe blade. There's all your Rough Ryder Reserve 021, D2, made in China, of course. Overall, very interesting. Now, I got to close this up because this is a really interesting pattern to me. It's thicker in the forward portion, which I'm still trying to figure out how I like that. To be perfectly honest with you, for me, it does feel a little odd to have it thicker up here and then thinner in the back. Is it bad? No. It's just a different feeling. I guess I'm not used to it. I don't know. You know, usually they're slimmer and maybe widen out towards the back. Normally, you know, like a Barlow or even a Trapper, you know, but interesting little knife. But all right, let's get some specs on it. We'll see how big or how not big it is. It's a decent size knife. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Looking at about 6.5. About a 4-inch handle, 2.5-inch blade. Your blade to handle ratio, to me, it's off a little bit. Now, these Wharncliffe, Quill Cliff, sharpening quills, way back in the day when they wrote with quills. But yeah, it's about a 2.5-inch blade, 2.25-inch cutting edge. Yeah, about 2.25, maybe just a hair more. But overall, just a really interesting pattern to me. And like I said, I'm still kind of trying to figure out. I like the single blade. You guys know I prefer the single bladed knives. You don't really have to worry about anything in a grip. Now, copperheads, multi-bladed copperheads are not bad because those blades are hidden enough. But I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about this one? Now, like I said, the blade to handle is a little off, but I mean, if you're sharpening a quill, you don't need a whole lot of cutting edge. I mean, the quills that they used weren't that big. So, I mean, I get it, but interesting pattern. And, well, both of these are. Actually, you know, the one I mentioned that had just come out, the 19, the Swish, I believe it is, all three of these are very interesting patterns, different, kind of, sort of. So really interested in checking them out. But overall, this is not a bad little knife. Office, even, dress up, nice sharp dressed man type of thing. Yeah, I think I could pull that off. I could pull it off. Yeah, I could. But again, I'd really like to know what you guys think of this pattern. But meanwhile, we're gonna move on to the 22. This is the 022. Now, we've kind of seen this shape before. We've kind of got a coffin-shaped handle, which I'm kind of digging that. We'll just look at the back spacer right there. Again, looks like it's pretty well done. Obviously, you can see, or not back spacer, but back springs. You can see the brass liners there. It looks pretty good. Yeah, it'd look even better if it would focus. There you go. Not bad. Not bad at all. Now, this one's a little bit more. I believe this one is 50. This one's 59. Okay. This one's 59. Again, stainless bolsters, brass liners, nickel silver pins, shield. That feels really well. Transition, I can feel that transition a little bit. This one, a little. Good there. Really good there. This side, I can feel the transitions just a little bit. This one right here. Yeah, that actually kind of catches my nail right there. So that one's up a little bit. Now, that's really the first time I've really had even, well, there we go. Normally, the transitions are very well. So, hey, I got one that's it's not bad. I can just catch my nail on it. So, that's kind of a cool looking pattern. I like that. Now, I talked about the single blade with the quill clip. We've got a 3-bladed pattern here. And I don't know if you can see here, but that main blade shares the 2 back springs. And then the 2 smaller springs, or smaller blades, are on their own back springs. So this one, again, match strike pulls. Ooh, that's nice. That's about a 6. Goes into that half stop pretty well. Again, worn clip blade. Pops into that. There you go. Into the half stop well. Okay. Not bad. Not bad. I'm really struggling with this thing focusing today for some reason. I'm not sure what's going on. There we go. Okay, now that's light. That has a really light pull. Goes shut fairly well. I mean, it's a small blade, but yeah, that's one. Not a lot of snap into the open on that one. That one's maybe a 3. Goes into the half stop okay. Fully open, pretty soft. All right, let's try the other one. Again, kind of, yeah, those are really light. Shut is okay, but half stop's okay there. Goes pretty light into the open. Back into the half stop, pretty light. But then it's got a fairly decent snap. So I find it odd to me that they're on their own back spring. Now, like I said, the main blade is sharing the 2 springs, but I wouldn't think that would put much pressure back here. And with those smaller blades, they're a little soft on those back springs. If you guys have one of these, if you guys have one of the Dude Whittler, it's just a very interesting name to me. Pardon me. I'd like to know how yours are. How is yours on the back springs, especially the 2 secondary blades? Now, the primary blade is really good. Really good. And now here, those, I can feel them a little bit. They're not too bad. I feel them more than what I want to. Let's say that. That's why I prefer the single-bladed knives. But that feels really good in hand. Where the quill clip felt a little odd with that wider forward area. This one is just the opposite. Well, no, it's not. It's the same, but I guess it doesn't have this. I don't know. They both kind of narrow out. There we go. They both, as you can see, they both kind of narrow out. But This one doesn't. I like the way this feels. This feels good. I can put a lot of pressure. It takes a decent bit of pressure to get that one to go. Now, again, they're all Wharncliffe blades. Do have a nice swedge there on the front of that one. I like the way that looks. Rough Ryder Reserve 022. Again, D2, made in China. This one's a little bit bigger. This is actually, and oh my goodness, I just looked. I did not realize that the Swish, that is the 19, that one actually came out after these. That's a large knife. I need to get that one on the channel because I think it's a little over 10 inches fully open. But what do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're pushing 8 3/4 on this one. About a 4.5 inch handle, and then makes sense, 3 1/4 ish inch blade. That's, yeah, wow, okay. The sharpened edge is about 3 inches, so not too bad. And I mean, it's a slip joint, so your grip length, I mean, is going to be pretty much your entire handle length. And if I just grip it the way I would use it, I have a decent amount left over on this one. Man, of the two, I think I like the Dude Whittler. It just feels better in hand. The Dude Whittler feels better in hand to me than the Quillcliff does. That's really hard to say because the Quillcliff, man, it doesn't feel bad. It just feels, it feels a little odd though up here. I don't know. It kind of puts my hand in an odd position. This is I'm going to have to get used to it. Now, the Dude Whittler, the 22, it's got the secondary blades. So, I mean, I feel the secondary blades, like I said, more than I want to. But, you know, that comes with having a multi-bladed knife. It's just, it's par for the course. Like I said, copperhead patterns, it's not bad. But most other multi-bladed patterns, you know, you can feel those secondary blades, and it's, I don't know, that's just why I trend towards the single-bladed knives. I don't know, though, between these two, all right, it's different. I just got a different feeling with it. Now, this one, it's back here because it feels good. It does feel good in hand, but I can feel those secondary blades just a little bit. You know, they're different patterns. This is the coffin pattern. We've seen a couple of coffin patterns recently. I like the look of the coffin pattern. It's done very well. The nice thing about it is they're chamfered out, so they're not overly sharp. Oh, there's a little bit there, but not. No, see that? See how well they're very chamfered down. Sorry for that little bit of light glare there, but they're chamfered down very well. That I'm digging that. Definitely digging that aspect. Yeah, these are a couple of different ones. These are going to have to, I'm going to have to get used to carrying these because there's something about each one that kind of just, I don't carry the multi-bladed ones as much. It's just, I think that's fairly obvious by now from what I've been saying. But that Quillcliff is going to have to, I'm going to have to warm up to it. I really am. It's got a very, very different feeling to it. Both of them are constructed fairly well. Those secondary blades on the Dude Whittler, they're a little soft on that spring, which really kind of surprises me since the two smaller blades are on independent springs. So a little bit bummed about that. I'll be perfectly honest with you. Main blade is good. It's about a 6 in the pull, so it's pretty good. But those secondaries are probably 3s, 3.5. Would like to see them be a little bit stiffer. But like I said, if you guys have either one of these two, let me know your thoughts about them. Let me know your thoughts. And if you have a little bit of history maybe on the Quillcliff and stuff, I mean, I know when we talk about the quill, you know, sharpening a quill as a writing instrument, I get that. And I'm pretty sure that's where the name came from. So, might have to do a little bit more in-depth look at that, but wanted to make sure I got these out to you, showed them to you, and like I said, I am going to be getting the Swish in here because that one really, really, it's different. It's different. If you get a chance, go check out the Rough Ryder Reserve RRR019 Swish. It's going to be a big one. I think it's 10.5, almost 10.5 inches, I believe. So by far the biggest Rough Ryder Reserve to date, if that's the case. So thank you so much, guys, for checking these out with me. I appreciate you stopping by. As always, great talking with you. Leave me comments down in that description. You know I love talking to you. Until next time, guys, I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.